शिष्य तुम है, घड़ी घड़ी काटे फोड़, अंदर हाथ सहार दे, बाहर बाहे छोड़. Do anybody know the meaning of the doha?
I explain. A guru is like a guru is like a potter, and a disciple is like an unbaked pot. To ensure that the final product is flawless, the potter always has the palm of his one hand inside the pot, while the other hand keep beating it from outside. This ensures that the pot does not break. Similarly, guru strict disciplinary actions enforced during the training and learning period may be found strict, but the compassion, patience, and perseverance are what makes guru's protections that protects the disciple during the various trials in the part of learning.
A warm welcome and a hearty good morning to one and all present over here. I, Swati.
And I, Shapadi, welcome you all in the grand celebration of Teachers' Day.
We wish all the teachers a happy Teachers' Day. The world is a full diamonds and gems, and we are having some of them here today to build this event.
We would like to give our first heartiest welcome to our Honorable President Father George Varghese, respected Trustee Sir and Secretary, respected Principal Ma'am Anupama Bhati, dear teachers, and all my dear friends.
Today we are gathered here to celebrate this amazing day to honor the noblest profession in the world. We are here to celebrate and honor the generous contribution of the teachers to society and mankind.
It is the mark of undying tradition to invoke the Almighty at the beginning of an event. Like the great philosophers once said, the function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change. The prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of one who prays. So I would like to call upon Ankita ma'am and Bhanumati ma'am for the prayer.
I will sing of the love of the Lord forever. I will sing, I will sing, I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord. With my mouth will I make known thy faithfulness, thy faithfulness. With my mouth will I make known thy faithfulness to all generations. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. I will sing, I will sing, I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord. With my mouth will I make known thy faithfulness, thy faithfulness. With my mouth will I make known thy faithfulness to all generations. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord.
Thank you. Thank you, Ankita. Thank you, Ankita ma'am and Bhanumati ma'am for the beautiful prayer. We all feel blessed indeed.
Now I would like to call Honorable President of our school, Father George Varghese, on the stage to share his thoughts and enlighten us on this special day.
Good morning, all. Good morning, all. Good morning, all. Yes. A happy Teachers' Day to all my beloved teachers. Respected Principal Ma'am, Honorable Trustee, and my dear students. I think it's a long gap after around 2 years we are celebrating this day because last 1.5, 2 years we were having Corona and still it's there. That's why we are all wearing the mask, so not a single student is being recognized. And especially Teachers' Day when they are in the saris and all, we can't recognize which is the teacher and which is the student. Anyway, it's with a great pleasure and happiness I'm standing here seeing you all after a long time. Teachers' Day's specialty, we know what is it and why we are observing it. Yes? What is the importance of September 5? What is the importance of September 5? That I also know, it's Teachers' Day. But there's one more reason. What is it? What is it? I want from the students, not from the teachers. Yes? Yes. It's the birthday of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. But because I feel that what encouraged him to say that my birthday will be celebrated as a Teacher's Day, because I think it was a great gift from his side to his teachers. That was the respect he has shown to his teachers, gurus. So let me first of all start with the teachers itself. Say the truth. Do you remember every day and pray for your teachers? Tell me the truth. Once in a year you remember? Once in a year you remember? Pakka? Reena madam? Yeah. There's what the difference between us and the late Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. He used to remember his teachers every day because his belief was it's because of his teachers he was a great scholar and he was the president of India. Many times what happens is when we reach a point we feel that it's because of my hardship I am here. There is no doubt. But for the hardship, you need a push. Yes? A train can't go without an engine. Can go? Can it go? No. A plane can be taken off or landed without a pilot. Can it be? No. So in nature's every field, we need a person to lead us, to guide us, to show us the right path, and to mold us. And that's what the role of the teachers in our life. You know who are the first teachers of us? Who are the first teachers of us? Sunita ma'am? Smita ma'am? Reena ma'am? Reena ma'am. Reena ma'am is the first teacher. You are wrong. Your first teachers are your father and mother. Your father and mother is your first teacher. Have you wished your parents today saying Happy Teachers' Day? If not, while going back, touch their feet, take their blessings and wish them Happy Teachers' Day, because they are the first people who taught you the first lesson in your life, to speak. Yes? रीना मैडम ने आपको घर पे आके सिखाया था क्या मम्मी पापा बोलने के लिए? नहीं. It was your mother, it was your father. They are the first teachers who taught you do not tell lies. They are the people who taught you the good thoughts, the good deeds. So, if you have not wished, I know no one has wished. So go back, take the blessings of your parents and wish them Happy Teachers' Day. You know, many of them are gifting some gifts to your teachers. I don't mind, it's good. But the first gift should be to your parents. Okay? Second comes the teachers in the school. Even though the parents have given you, your mother has given you birth, your father look after you so that you get all the facilities, whatever you want. But the teachers are the key role in your life. You know, in cupboards we have keys, no? If we lock it, then we need the key to be opened. Without key you can't open, you have to bang it off. Same way, in your life, they are the key persons in your life who mold you, who make you the good citizens of this country. You have to respect them. You know, it is being said that which high positions you hold, even then you can't be your guru, like your guru. Guru is always a guru. Teacher is always a teacher. If you are the president of the nation, if you are the prime minister of the nation, whatever positions you hold, even then your teachers are your teachers. You can't be equalized with your teachers. Let me tell you, a person in India who got his Guru Dakshina and respect in another country, he is the only one person who has received that respect. You know who is that? Can you guess? No, he is one of the president of the India, Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma. Oman is a beautiful country. You know, the Gulf countries are being ruled by the kings. There are no presidents, no prime ministers, no ministers. They have only king. So the late king, Sultan Qaboos, he was a student of Shankar Dayal Sharma. There is a protocol in India also, wherever in the world you go, there is a protocol. If a president is being arriving to the other country, the president comes and receives. That's the protocol. But if a prime minister of a country visit to other country, the president not comes. Because it's your duty to go and see that president. Same way, when Shankar Dayal Sharma arrived in Oman, the ruler should not be coming to the airport because he is the ruler of that country. But here it was just opposite. Shankar Dayal Sharma reached Oman. The Sultan, the king of that country, went and received him. Not only received him, he drove back Shankar Dayal Sharma to his palace. He drove the car, not his drivers or someone. He drove the car personally and drove him to Shankar Dayal Sharma to his palace. After Shankar Dayal went off from that place, his ministers asked him, why this? Before 1 month, the president of the US was being here. You didn't went to the airport or you drove the car. Then why this much respect to the Indian president? The Sultan's reply was, I didn't respected or receive the president of India. I received my guru. I received my teacher. It's my responsibility to receive my teacher. And my teacher is coming to my palace, then I should take him to my palace, not my driver. So that is the respect shown to the gurus. Even though whichever the highest post you hold, the teachers have a key role in your life. Never forget your teachers, wherever you go, whichever positions you hold. At least once in a month, you should think of your teachers. You pray for them, you should pray for them. But nowadays, the situation is something different, you know. Whenever you are in the school, you say that this teacher is my favorite, that teacher is my favorite. When you are out of the school, you barely think of that teacher. You barely inquire about that teacher. And teachers, while you're in the school or a part of molding a child, you are playing two roles. One role is of a mother, second one is of a teacher. Mother, which I am saying, is an emotional attachment with every student. Every student, no one is perfect in this world. Everyone have some weaknesses in their life. So we can't tease or say that that student is not that much up to level. So it's not my duty to look after. No. A good teacher means to bring a student from 0 to 100. 80, 90 marks में से 100 mark लेके जाना वो टीचर का कोई करामत नहीं है वो. It's a hardship of that student. But in your hand, if you get a student who is below or minus, from there you bring him up to the plus points of 100, there you prove that you are the best teacher. And that should be your efforts. Teachers should be equipped every day. You know, in computer we have a system now to restart or reboot. We are not rebooting ourselves. We are saying the old PCs. We have to be rebooted. Every day we have to be rebooted. With new thoughts, new scenario of teaching that has to be applied by every teacher. Only then they will feel an interest towards the studies. You know, while teaching, while taking your classes, that classes should be alive, lively. It can be only be lively when you have a different way of teaching, through which they understand you. If a child is weak, you find out what is the reason he is not having interest in that studies. Either blaming him that he is useless, he can't be success in his life. You're wrong. Maybe after 10 years, 15 years, he will be the one of the successful man or girl in that batch. You know, one more last story, I will end it up. There was a student studying in 8th standard. And there was a madam, I am naming it Mrs. Mary, because if I take any other name, they will say that they are saying about me. No. So Mary madam every day comes to classes. After wishing, she says, I love you all students. And she herself know that she is telling lies. Because there are few students whom she don't love at all. Even then, morning, first word she say, I love you all children. But there were 2-3 students whom she never loved. And one which can't be loved in her whole life. Always a failure, a boy. He never studies, he never does his works. So she always claims he's useless, he's of no use, he can't progress. So in report cards, you know that we have to write the remarks about the students for the whole year. In that remark, she wrote, this child can't be improved, it's impossible. The principal ma'am called her, told her why you have written this. She said, last 11 months I have tried my best, but he is of no use. So the principal said, do one thing. This child is here in our school from standard 3rd. You take the progress report and just go through it. So during the holidays, she shook the report cards. 3rd standard, he was the best performer of the class. 4th standard, again he was the best performer of the class. 5th standard, same. 6th standard, the remarks was, he was bit low and went into depression because when he came to know that his mother is having cancer. 7th standard, the report card, it was mentioned, He is not at all in the class because 2 months before his mother passed away. 8th standard of Mrs. Mary, he is not at all least bothered in studies. That time she felt he is missing his mom. He used to find his mom in every woman. So whenever he sees this madam in the class, he used to miss his mother. And missing his mother, he can't concentrate on anything. He is not interested in anything of the world. So this teacher started taking care of him. Started nurturing him like a mother, speaking him to like a mother. So on one teacher's day in 9th standard, she was not a class teacher but was a subject teacher, English. When she went, she said everyone should be gifting your favorite teachers. This boy came with 2 gifts. One was a half bottle perfume. Other was a bangle, a bracelet, from which 2 or 3 diamonds was not there. He gifted it to it, that madam. So the students were, making fun of him, that what a fool you are. Gift means it should be brand new. You are giving a half bottle perfume and a bracelet where 2, 3 diamonds are not there. He said, this perfume was being last used by my mother. This bangle, this bracelet was used by my mother. When she was being buried, this bracelet was taken off from her hand. I am gifting this to Mrs. Mary. Mary was so emotional. That time she felt that this boy has accepted her as her mother. And he said, whenever you come to school, you have this perfume, so I can feel my mother around me. And from there he grown up. After 15 years, Mrs. Mary was being retired. One day, an invitation coming to a house. There is a PhD ceremony, the doctorate ceremony in US. 2 and 4 tickets are also there. When she read the name, she was so happy and filled with tears. It was that useless boy who is going to be decorated with the PhD. From that day onwards, that boy will be called Dr. So and so. And every day after the classes, when he was in school, he used to write a small slip and keep it inside the bag of Mrs. Mary. What was it? I have never seen a teacher like you, and I will never ever see a teacher and a mother like you. This he wrote until the school gets over, till 12th. When the invitation card was being given, there also at the bottom, he's written the same thing. I have never seen a teacher like you, and I will never ever see a teacher like you. I love you. When this lady was being called there, they have the opportunity to speak. Who has been decorated with the degrees, they have the opportunity to speak. So when the lady entered that auditorium, she was going to sit at the back. Soon the organizers went to her and said, you are being the teacher of that man, come forward, there's a seat occupied for you. Every seat there's a nameplate. When she went, she saw that, my beautiful mother. That was the seat name for that lady or that teacher of him. When she was being called on the stage to speak few words, before he said, I would not have been standing here in the stage or being decorated with a doctorate or PhD if she was not there in my life. I was being cornered by each and single person saying I'm a useless man. But she was the lady who
who took me out, pulled me out from that, and because of her, I am receiving the PhD. That should be a teacher. That should be a student. It's a lesson for teachers and students both. That should be respect towards the teacher, and teacher should be having a care and concern for the students of yours in this same manner. It's so honor and pride when we see our students in a higher positions. So our work should be for that, and students, you should be working for your teachers to make them feel proud, to make your parents feel proud for this. So while being in school, follow the rules and disciplines. You all go to the temples, yes? मंदिर जाते हैं ना सब लोग मंदिर जाते हैं, है ना? मंदिर कैसे जाते हैं आप लोग? कैसे जाते हैं मंदिर में? तैयारी क्या क्या होती है मंदिर में जाने के लिए? हाँ? सीधा बिस्तर में सुट के चले जाते हैं मंदिर? नहीं. You have a bath. You wear good dresses, clean dress, neat dress. Then you go to the temple. Yes? So the school is also a temple. है ना? This is also a temple for you, where you get knowledge as blessings. So while coming to school, you have to be having the same preparation in your life. Not just getting up from the bed and coming directly with the bag to the school. No bath, nothing. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. You have to be very much getting ready of yourself and coming to the school. Because you are here coming to school to gain the knowledge, and the knowledge only spreads where there is discipline and purity. Purity of mind and purity of heart. So that should be your nature. So when you come to school, you should feel, others should feel that you are the students of that school. आप अच्छे यूनिफॉर्म्स में, नीट यूनिफॉर्म्स में नहीं आते हैं तो बाहर से चल के आएंगे तो लोग क्या बोलेंगे? अरे यार कौन सा लोकल स्कूल में पढ़ रहा है ना? But when you come with a decent dress and decent dressing and neat and clean, they will say, wow, what a school it is. So you are the people who is making the school down or making the school to the higher positions. So never let your school let down because of your way of breaking the disciplines and being indisciplined, then you are making your school low. That should not be there. You should give the Guru Dakshina to the school and the teachers. Many times I have seen the students throwing the books. You should never. Do you throw the Bhagavad Gitas? After reading Bhagavad Gita, you throw it? No. After reading Quran, you throw it? No. The holy books are kept in a very pure place. Where you keep your books? यहाँ से घर जाते हैं बस बैग को कहीं फेंक दिया अभी कल सुबह ढूंढना है बस उससे पहले ढूंढना ही नहीं है इसको. Whenever we take this book in our hand, when parents say study, जैसे बुक्स हाथ में लेते हैं हम अपने आप को खोजते रहते हैं ना. अरे यार ये जिंदगी कब खत्म होगी. गुस्सा आता तो बुक को लेके फेंकते भी हैं. You are doing the wrong thing. You should never throw or disrespect your books because it is giving you the knowledge. Everyone respect what is gaining him his power. You are all famous. You are all the fans of Sachin Tendulkar and Dhoni. Yes. Today, while going back, open the YouTube and see that how Dhoni and Sachin has kept their bats. They never throw their bats. Have you ever seen throwing their bats on the field? कभी भी देखा गुस्से से बैट को फेंकते हुए हम लोग? No. Why? They themselves say that. It's because of the bat I am being known in this world. So I should respect my bat. So if you want to gain something in this world, you should respect your books from where you are gaining the knowledge. Okay? Got it? Yes. From Monday onwards, let me be very clear. Without uniform, no entry in the school. Got it, children? Without uniform, no one will be allowed to sit in the class or enter the school. Okay? So follow the discipline and be in a neat mode of wearing the uniforms. Got it? Anyway, happy Teachers' Day. You are all awaiting for a beautiful gifts from the students, I hope. Then you have other parties and all. Anyway, all the best and enjoy everything. Teachers, be a motivation and a guide and a real guru in your life. And being a teacher is not a thing of shame. Our salaries may be less than other engineers or something, but they are doing a job for earning. Your job, you are molding a human to a good human being who can be a real fruitful person to the society. It's a big thing. So you have to be proud of your profession. I will never say this as a profession. It's not a profession. It's a vocation. Teacher's job is a vocation. It's not a profession. It's a vocation. It's a God's call. You have been called by the Lord to teach, to share the knowledge which you have gained with the students. So see it as a vocation. More than that, क्या बोला था मैंने? As a profession, मत देखो इसको, ठीक है? Take it as a vocation. Anyway, all the best. God bless you all. Thank you once again. Seeing you very happy after a long time. There are teachers here, the students in saris, all are best teachers. I hope they will be the best teachers in future also. God bless them. Thank you all once again. Happy Teachers' Day.
Thank you so much, President Father George Burgess, for enlightening us.
So hold your breath, dear friends, and let's start the special occasion with the first performance to the students who are going to perform dance on a fusion song. Please put your hand together to welcome our first performance of this beautiful morning.
performance by our friends. What a great start. Please give a huge round of applause for clap. Thank you for this great performance. A teacher is just like a candle. It's consumes itself to light the way for students. With this beautiful word, we now request our beloved respected Principal Ma'am Anupama Bhati on the stage and to share her thoughts on the day and to give her valuable input to our children who are aspiring to be like her.
I want to see your smiling faces, so put your mouths a little bit down and give me a big smile. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, ma'am. Yes, good. Respected Father George Burgess, respected Trustee Sir, all my dear teachers, all my dear students, feeling so happy and glad to be over here, standing in front of you all, speaking after a long, long time. I don't want to count the years, the days, because I don't want to remember the memories which doesn't give us happiness, right? Okay. A very happy Teachers' Day to all my dear teachers and the student teachers who are over here, looking very pretty. Good. Today we are celebrating Teachers' Day, even though it falls on 5th September, means tomorrow. We are celebrating it in advance because tomorrow is. Yes. I'm really happy today to be here and I greet all the teachers of our school and express my gratitude for their services and commitment. This pandemic has proved to the whole world that teachers are the torch bearers, right, of the society, and it is impossible to imagine a society without education and without teachers. Do you all believe this? Were you happy at home? No. You were missing the school and you were missing the teachers, right? Okay. Many times, our teachers impart learning by their own examples. A student should flow like a river. Now you must be thinking how a student can flow like a river. Let me explain you with a story. There is a story of a young martial arts student who was under the guidance of a famous master. Who is the master? A teacher. One day the master was watching a practice session in the ground. So martial arts practice was going on and the master was observing the student who was practicing the martial arts moves. Okay? You all know now what is martial arts? Yes. So, he was observing and then he saw that he realized that the presence of other students was interfering with that student's attempts to perfect. The student was not perfectly, doing all the moves. Then the master could sense the frustration of the student. He went up to the student and tapped his shoulder and asked, "What's the problem, dear?" "I don't know," said the student. "No matter how much I try, I am unable to execute the moves properly." Master smiled and said, "Before you can master technique, you must understand harmony." Yes, students, harmony is very important in life. You will also realize this when I end up with this story. "Come with me, I will explain," said the master. The teacher and student then, they both left the building and walked. Where did they walk? They walked and came to a river flowing. The master stood silently. You know, gurus, there is a speciality of gurus. They always keep silence, right? The master stood silently on the bank of the river for several moments and then he spoke. "Look at the river," he said. "There are rocks in its way." Yes? Have you ever seen a clean river where no rocks are there? No. Nature
Nature teaches us many things, so it includes many things, right? So there were rocks in its way. Does the river stops or bend with the rocks out of frustration? Master asked to the student कि ये जो river है वो बह रही है, बीच में rocks आ रहे हैं, तो क्या ये river गुस्सा कर रही है या फ्रस्ट्रेट हो रही है, परेशान हो रही है इस rocks के कारण? No, it simply flows over and around them and moves on. Be like the water and you will know what harmony is. You have to be like water, yes, and flow. That's what the harmony is. The student took the master's advice to heart. Soon he was barely noticing the other students around him. Now nothing could come in his way of executing the most perfect moves. अब उसके रास्ते में कुछ भी आ नहीं सकता, बिकॉज मास्टर ने जो उसे एडवाइस दी है वो उसने अच्छे से ले ली है, राइट? So from this story, if I ask you all, you must be, what is the moral of the story? You will say maybe we must live in harmony, or we must be like river, we must be like water, and we should never stop, life goes on, and etc. etc. One more moral is there. We come to know that the most important activity of the mind is to control our emotions. Why on this day I am saying this? Because we are still suffering and like going on in this pandemic. You know, many things are still not stable. You can see all the students are not here, right? So we have to balance our mind and emotions in this. There are two types of emotions, attraction and repulsion. You should know this. There is a higher sense of mind which filled with love, admiration, aspiration, sympathy, okay, and joy. There is also a lower sense of mind. हमारे mind में दोनों चलते हैं. Lower sense of mind जो है, it is filled with negative thoughts, hate, anger, fear, sorrow, jealousy, disgrace. So we have to conquer the lower senses of emotions. आपको भी ये सारे emotions आते होंगे, to teachers, to students, even to me. It applies to all the human beings, right? So we have to conquer the lower senses. Okay, dear students, right now we all are practicing social distance, right? Every now and then this word is a hit, but it's good to keep social distance. It is good for your physical health. When it comes to mental health, social distance ने थोड़ा गड़बड़ किया है, right? कहाँ गड़बड़ किया है? With the relations of the people. Okay, you also might be noticing many things. You are grown-ups. हमने habits पे session भी किया था, right? So many things जाने अनजाने में हो जाती है, और we forget. As a human being, we forget many things. So let's recall what are the rules. Okay, rules of living with people, because social distancing से अब हम ज़्यादा एक दूसरे से मिल नहीं पाते. Okay, so what are the rules of living with people? When you meet with young people, young, energetic, like you all, we should inspire them, right? When you meet children, like smallies, we should educate them. When you meet old people, we should help them. Listen properly without moving, okay? When you meet wise people, we should study them. We should learn from them. When you meet leaders, we should honor them. When you meet foolish people, you should avoid them. When you meet humble people, you should treasure them. When you meet arrogant people, again keep a distance from them. Then when you meet strong people, who has the value of their words, we should support them. Then when you meet godly people, we should bless them. When you meet elderly people, then again we should respect them. When you meet weak people, who is out of fear is weak, we should strengthen them. When you meet hard-working people, we should encourage them. When we meet kind people, we should उनका self-esteem और बढ़ाओ. Then when you meet honest people, we should promote them. When we meet evil people, we should stay away from them. So these are the things, if you will remember how to deal with people, you will be living your life very easily. And dear teachers and students, in all the situation, we should watch, we should pray, and we should wish everyone well. And be thankful for everything, right? Because we are still alive in this pandemic. My dear scholarly teachers, the last thing which I want to say is, it is you who can inculcate such important values which we discussed right now by practicing these by yourself and giving it to your students to make them virtuous citizens of our nation. I convey my best wishes to all of you, and I wish you all to stay firm on the path of leading India forward to its next golden age. Last line by Alexander the Great. Once he said, I am indebted to my father for living, but to my teachers for living well. So, let's our students also speak the same lines for us. Thank you, God bless you, have a nice day, and happy Teachers' Day once again. Students, don't forget to wish your teachers tomorrow. You enjoy today, you wish today them, but tomorrow is the special day. Teachers should not feel that tomorrow nobody wished. Okay, so wish them tomorrow, call them and disturb them tomorrow. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.
Ma'am, you have motivated people by being a living example, by sharing your expertise and knowledge. I am sure the student here also will be motivated.
Now let's move ahead. Real life to say be messy, whereas the drama, the shape version of life. Well, with the being say to be like I like to call dear friends on the stage for an act.
आओ बहनों आओ भाइयों नुक्कड़ वाला नाटक देखो
आओ चाचा आओ चाची आओ मामा आओ मामी नुक्कड़ वाला नाटक देखो हाँ तो भाइयों और बहनों नमस्ते आदाब मैं मक्खन वाला से आपके लिए लेकर आया हूँ एक अनोखा नुक्कड़ नाटक लेकिन दिखाएं क्या
भाई
हाँ भाई
नशे पे दिखा दे बड़ा पॉपुलर सब्जेक्ट है और सुना है ठेके बंद करने का चल रहा है
अरे चाचा मैं तो कह रही हूँ स्वच्छता अभियान पे दिखा दो ट्रेनिंग चल रहा है अरे भाई हिंदी में तो बीमार है क्यों ना इन पे ही देखें कैसे मार ले बताओ कैसे मार ले
अरे हमें तो पता ही था कि तुमको नहीं पता होगा चलो हम बताते हैं कि हिंदी बीमार कैसे है कब हुई और किसकी वजह से हुई
अच्छा इस नाटक का उद्देश्य किसी के जाति धर्म और संप्रदाय को ठेस पहुंचाना नहीं है ये नाटक का उद्देश्य सिर्फ संदेश पहुंचाना है ओ खई के पान बनारस वाला अरे तुम कौन हो यहाँ काहे बैठे तो भाई अरे बेटा अरे यहाँ काहे बैठे तो भाई मैं हिंदी हूँ बेटा और यहाँ बैठने में क्या परेशानी है हिंदी जो पेपर में लिखा थे पढ़े थे वो हिंदी हाँ वही हिंदी माफ करना माँ हम ज्यादा पढ़त लिखत नहीं है इसीलिए पहचान नहीं पाए लेकिन ये तो तमिल वालों के वो तो अंग्रेजी को बैठन देंगे अच्छा बेटा अरे 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 ये जगह तो तेलुगु वाला का है वो भी नहीं बैठन देंगे अरे बेटा यहाँ आसपास कोई अस्पताल है अस्पताल अच्छा अस्पताल वो तो हमरा गूगल में बता देगा आप चलो
মাসি নাও তুমি মাসি নিবে
नहीं नहीं बेटा
তুমি কি বললে আমি কিছু সমস্যা আসছে না
अरे लेकिन इनकी तबीयत खराब है आप अपनी जगह पे जाओ आपकी तबीयत ज्यादा खराब हो जाएगी लेकिन यह तो बंगाली बोलत रहा आपको कैसे समझ आवत बेटा मैं माँ हूँ आखिर ये है तो मेरी ही संतान फिर मैं कैसे नहीं समझूंगी हाँ हाँ ठीक है अब चलो अस्पताल
ज्यादा बीमार पड़ जाओगे।
अरे भाई कहाँ था?
अरे कभी कभी तो लगता है वही दिन अच्छा है। खेती करो, अनाज उगाओ, खाओ, बेचो और सो जाओ। ये कहाँ एडवांस जमाने में आ गए। सालों ने देहाती बोल के भगा दिया। हम बोले ये भाषा में क्या परेशानी है, तो मुंह पे दरवाजा बंद कर दिया। हम ये देश हम बोले ये देश में क्या किसी की काबिलियत को एक भाषा से आ, आकी जाती है। साला साला ज्ञान हो ना हो अंग्रेजी आनी चाहिए। हमें कभी कभी हमें भी लगता है काश इंग्लिश सीख लिया होता तो आज सुकून से जीता।
हाँ, तुम्हारी बात तुम सही कह रहे हो। अरे माई रुको रुको, हमको अंग्रेजी सिखा दो, हमारी नौकरी नहीं जानी चाहिए।
अरे बेटा, अगर खाना मांगा होता तो दे भी देती, मगर तूने तो अंग्रेजी मांगी। अगर अंग्रेजी से ही खाना या नौकरी मिलने लगे तो आज अमेरिका भगवान होता। अगर किसी से मांगना है तो ज्ञान मांगो, शिक्षा मांगो। सबका अर्थ तो ये गूगल भी बता देगा। अरे क्या बात कर रहे हो, खाने को खाना नहीं है, पहनने को कपड़ा नहीं है और अंग्रेजी बोलनी है। अंग्रेजी बोलनी है। चीन में 17% लोग चीनी बोलते हैं और जापान में 83% लोग। तो कैसे तरक्की कर रहा है यह देश। अरे बेटा, ये हिंदुस्तान है, यहाँ मरने के बाद ही 13 दिन का शोक मनाया जाता है। हाँ सही कहा, चीजों के बिकने के बाद ही उनकी कीमत समझ में आती है। अरे माई क्या हुआ बताइए। अरे डॉक्टर साहब क्या बताऊं, बहुत समय पहले मुझे ह्यूमन चक्कर आते रहे, बाद में डरावने सपने बदलाव के, अब वह भी सच हो रहे हैं। मुझे शिक्षा के माध्यम से हटा के केवल एक विषय बना दिया गया है। क्या बताऊं डॉक्टर साहब, पहले वर्बल की डकार, नाउन की उल्टी और एडजेक्टिव का सर दर्द। लगता है जैसे कैंसर चढ़ गया है अंग्रेजी का।
ये अंग्रेजी का कैंसर नहीं है, ये है ना इग्नोरेंस एशिया है के लक्षण लगते हैं। इन सब आपके खून में अंग्रेजी की मात्रा बढ़ गई है। इन सब कारणों का ये लोग जिम्मेदार है, क्योंकि पहले सब लोग संस्कृत बोलते थे, फिर हिंदी आई, फिर जैसे बच्चा पैदा हुआ वो लोग अपने बच्चे को इंग्लिश का पढ़ाना शुरू कर देते हैं। इसका यही इलाज हुआ। जिस देश की कोई भाषा नहीं उस देश का कोई अस्तित्व नहीं। इसलिए हमारी संस्कृति घट रही है।
सुन लो मेरी भी सुन लो। मैं कोई पराई तो नहीं, आखिर हूँ तो अपनी ही। मानती हूँ कभी कोई गालियों में इस्तेमाल करता है तो कभी संगीत में बहती हूँ तो कभी इतिहास में लिखी जाती हूँ। कोई मुझे सबकी माँ बुलाता है। अगर तुम ही मुझसे रूठ गए तो मैं मर ही जाऊंगी। संस्कृत भी मर रही है, वो अलग बात है कि कई देशों में उस पर खोज चल रही है। कहते हैं ना, जब तक जिंदा है कोई कुछ नहीं पूछता, पर जब मर गए तो 13 दिन का श्राद्ध मनाते हैं। अगर मुझे कोई बचा सकता है तो वो आप सब। मेरी आखिरी उम्मीद आप सब लोग ही हो।
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम। गुड मॉर्निंग। चलो सब अपनी गुजराती की पुस्तक निकालो। अरे ये क्या, हमें गुजराती पढ़नी होगी?
हाँ, गुजराती बहुत बोरिंग सब्जेक्ट है। इससे पहले जो लेक्चर था वो बहुत अच्छा था, है ना धर्मेंद्र?
हाँ, इससे पहले वाला इंग्लिश लेक्चर बहुत अच्छा था, उसके शब्द ही कुछ अलग थे। ये तो मजा ही नहीं आता।
तो सही बोलता है धर्मवीर, ये इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल है, इसमें गुजराती कौन पढ़ता है? इंग्लिश पढ़ो, मैथ्स पढ़ो, साइंस पढ़ो, एसएस पढ़ो, गुजराती क्या है?
सही बोल रहे हो मुकेश, इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल है तो इंग्लिश ही होना चाहिए। कहाँ संस्कृत, हिंदी, गुजराती ये सब पढ़ना पड़ता है।
मैं तो कहता हूँ इन सब्जेक्ट्स को निकाल ही दो।
तुम सही बोल रहे हो विश्वराज, ये इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल है ना कि गुजराती मीडियम।
तुम सब धीरे बोला, अगर मैम ने सुन लिया तो सब्जेक्ट नहीं निकालेंगी, हम सबको स्कूल से निकाल फेंकेगी।
सही बोला मारे तुमने, मैं सब्जेक्ट को नहीं तुम सबको स्कूल से निकाल कर दूंगी। आप बात कर रहे हो गुजराती, संस्कृत और हिंदी की, तो देखो बच्चों, हमारे जीवन में हमारे जीवन में हमारे जीवन में भाषाओं का बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण अंग है। अगर हमारे जीवन में भाषा ही नहीं होगी तो हम आपस में बात कैसे कर पाते। हमें हमारी आने वाली पीढ़ी को अपनी धरोहर रूप में हमारी संस्कृति यानी हमारी भाषा देनी है। हमें हमारी संस्कृति को बचाने के लिए सारी भाषाओं का होना जरूरी है। कोई भी भाषा छोटी या बड़ी नहीं होती, उसे अपना गौरव प्रदान करना चाहिए। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, friend. It was a mind-blowing performance. आगे बढ़ने से पहले एक शेयर अर्ज करना चाहता हूँ।
इरशाद
पेरेंट्स के पास जिनका है स्थान,
वाह 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 वाह,
हाथ में जिनकी फ्यूचर की कमान,
वाह वाह वाह
उनके
वाह,
बाकी है जो जमाए पेरेंट्स की तरह हक, वो है हमारे रिस्पेक्टेड अध्यापक।
वाह 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 वाह। Indian teaching is a very noble profession that shapes the character, calibers and future of an individual. We know why the Teachers Day celebrated. To spread more light on that, I would like to call Jyoti for the speech on importance teacher of the day.
क्या दूं तुम्हें गुरु दक्षिणा, मन ही मन ये सोचूं, चुका न सकूं कर्ज तुम्हारा, जीवन सारा दे दूं। खुद पर बने हर चुटकुले, हर उस फॉरवर्ड मीम्स को आजकल जो चुपचाप सहते हैं, यह उनकी कहानी है जिन्हें हम अपना गुरु, मैडम, सर या टीचर कहते हैं। होमवर्क तो घर पर छूट गया मैडम, ऐसे बहाने बनाया करते हैं। ये वही है जो तुम्हारी गलतियों पर अक्सर तुम्हें टोक दिया करते हैं। जो गलतियां औरों ने की वो करने से तुम्हें रोक दिया करते हैं। इस कोरोना जैसी मुसीबत के समय में कहीं तुम पीछे ना छूट जाओ, इसलिए तुम्हारा हाथ थामा रखा है। कईयों की सफलता का वो अनकहा सा वजूद रहे हैं, तुमको आगे बढ़ाकर पीछे वो खुद रहे हैं। मीलों दूर घर बैठकर सिखाना आसान नहीं होता, कितनी भी दिक्कतें झेलनी पड़े पर तुम्हें सिखाने में पीछे नहीं होते। वो हिंदी की मैडम जो तुम्हें कविताएं सिखाया करती थी, पूरे क्लास में घूमकर आज उनकी कविताएं मिलती है यूट्यूब और जूम पर, क्योंकि वो जानते हैं कि तुम देश के भविष्य हो। इस जंग में वो अकेले नहीं, तुम भी उनके साथ हो, ये उन्हें बताया जाए, क्योंकि ये वो योद्धा है जिन्होंने अब तक हार नहीं मानी। इस मुश्किल के दौर में कभी हमारे भविष्य इस मुश्किल के दौर में भी हमारे भविष्य की नींव थामी है। आज के दिन सलाम करते हैं उन टीचर्स को। A very happy Teachers Day to one and all my dear teachers. Teachers are gift of God who educate us and guide us towards success. Good morning, respected principal ma'am, father, teachers and all my dear friends. Today on the special occasion of Teachers Day, we are here to celebrate and pay a hearty tribute to our very dear teachers who tirelessly work to ensure that they provide the best education to their students, as we are the nation's future. We all know that this day is celebrated to communicate the birth anniversary of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishna, the second President of India, who himself was a teacher, a great philosopher and educationalist. As we all know that it is impossible to define teacher, as teachers are not only limit of teaching or guiding students in academic, but also take caring of students to the right path. They develop all over character and personality which makes a confident person. This is also saying that teachers are greater than parents, because parents only gives birth to a child, whereas a teacher makes a bright future of a student. As student, I cannot thank you enough. Whatever I will say will be less, because no amount of words
wonderful speech. Today Jyoti is giving a great speech. What is the reason?
Maybe the reason is that she is playing the role of our principal ma'am. That is why. Let's move ahead for the next performance. I would like to call our friends for group song.